This is amazing. Kimolos Island, Greece. Yassas Kalispera, good afternoon. Today is Thursday, May 29th, 2025. Currently 75 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 24 degrees Celsius. Another perfect sunny day on the lovely little Greek island of Kimolos. This is Psathi, the port town there, one of the little ferries that goes between Kimolos here and Milos, right next to it. Out there, Poliegos, an uninhabited island, but you can see a yacht next to it, so I guess boat trips go there and maybe some of the yachts dock there and swim, etc. I haven't been over to Poliegos, so I decided to stay one more day on Kimolos. I have the rental car over there. He gave it to me for 40 euros for one more day. That is $45 US. And so tomorrow I will return the car here and hop on one of those ferries over to Milos. And then tomorrow, later in the afternoon, I have a ferry booked from Milos back to Athens, the port at Piraeus. I don't know what I'm doing after that. It will arrive at 7 p.m. I think, an expensive ferry. It was 88 euros, so almost $100. So in considering my options, then basically whatever I was going to do next after here was likely going to involve going back to Athens anyways, because I have seen all of the islands around here. So whether I go to another Greek island or else catch a flight to another country, then I will want to get back to Athens and either catch another ferry out to a different group of islands or else catch a flight out of the Athens airport there. And so basically I'm procrastinating making up my mind for now, and so this buys me a little time to consider my options. So I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do today, but I don't have big exploring plans. I basically just want to go back to the really nice beach that I went to yesterday and relax there, take a swim, but I will likely show a little bit more of the island, make a few stops along the way, so we'll see what happens. But I thought that I would start the video here showing this part of Psathi, the port town, and these pretty blue and white buildings, which I'm not sure if they are local apartments or hotels, guest houses, but I would guess they are hotels, considering that all of the or most of the windows and doors are boarded up, and so they've, been closed down through the winter, and I'm sure will be opened back up in just a few days or weeks as the summer tourist season gets going, because Kimolos being right next to Milos, then Milos is a popular island, and so I'm sure that it is quite busy here once it gets into high season. So anyways, going to hop in my rental car over there and go show a bit more of lovely, beautiful Kimolos. So driving through the main town here, because there's a market around here somewhere to stop and get some supplies. But you don't want to actually drive into the town. You just want to be on the edge of it somewhere, because it's a total maze in there, as I showed in my last video, so hopefully this is making sense. But I just thought that I would show this other side of town, which isn't too pretty. But the main town itself is really nice, really cool. Hora town, as they're called in Greece, oftentimes, the main town on the island. But as you can see, classic Cyclades, blue and white everywhere, and there is a bus. Whether it's running now or not, I'm not sure, but and then the beach that I will be going to is just a 10 or 12 minute drive from here up the coast. Okay, we should be getting close. The guy that I rented the car from, who I just stopped and paid for the extra day, said near the post office, and I think I see the post office there, so I will park here. He also mentioned a church, so this must be it. Find a spot, and then I guess I'll show a little bit more of the village. Cool picture on the back of this van here. And another pretty blue and white Greek church. A little bit of action in town today. Looks like maybe that is the market straight up ahead. Something smells good. Someone cooking lunch. Here we have a map of town, and where are we? We should be somewhere over here. This one isn't telling you, I guess. The castle that I visited yesterday, and then here's some, I guess, pictures of the island. So that is the beach that I'm going to. There's the castle, and when I showed it yesterday, then I remarked that these look like seats for performances, and sure enough, they have blankets on them, so obviously they have live performances there. And then I'm not sure what beach that is. That's a nice looking one. There again, the castle and the seats, and then the stage area there. And windmills. I didn't show a windmill yesterday, so maybe I will stop at one up on the hill before I head for the beach. Okay, we got to do one church check, see if it happens to be open. I've had bad luck with the churches lately. Most of them are closed. Locked, but oh, that's open. Ooh, there are amazing murals in there. Okay, I'm going to push the door open. I assume nobody's in there since it's locked from this side, but at least we can get a look at it. Whoa! These are relatively new ones, but beautiful. All right. Time to get some snacks and then munch on some of them. So I got some mango juice, milk, tomato olive crackers, and toothpaste. That was all €7, and then I had walked past a bakery down in Psathi, the port town, and grabbed some very good looking baklava and some little whatever fruit tart things, and then I have some cheese and olives left over back in my room. to go with the crackers. So going to munch here with the AC on, and then head out and go try to find one of the old windmills. And might as well try to show a little bit more of the town as I try to get out of here. Hopefully without getting lost or stuck in the Greek maze. Nice to see some local people about. Bus stop. Oh, dead end sign. That's not a good sign. Okay, hopefully this goes through. I'm just gonna go with it, and if I have to turn around, then so be it. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Huh. I think this is going in the wrong direction. I think it's time to abort before I, Oh, okay, so, see, there's the windmills. I think I can turn around up here. Anyway, time to, get serious about getting out of the maze. Oh man, what have I done? Got a parking spot there. Figured it wasn't a good idea to try to drive up this one, so let's walk it and see if we can figure this out. If there's a way to get there, then this should work. This is yet another side of the town that I hadn't seen before, so it's certainly not big, but it isn't a village. It's a proper Greek Islands town. And some pretty old ruins here, which likely correspond with the time frame of the windmills. Let's get up on top of here. All right, whoa. Oh, cool. So there's some history right there. Obviously, for a donkey to go around and then turn some kind of a mill, I would assume. Yeah, this is some real history up here. Awesome. And so more of the island sticking out there, and then Milos, I think, would be those further mountains. All right, glad I got up here because there's a lot to see. Again, another one of those spaces for presumably grinding stuff. All right, here we go. Whoa, and a massively destroyed car. Whoa, wild, wild stuff up here. What do we got? Cadet? Never heard of that. K-A-D-E-T-T. So when was the last time that, this was actually in use? You've got dung, so that was used recently. So somebody posted a comment saying that the name of the island, Kimolos, is close to the word for chalk in Greek because they mined chalk here. And there I can see some big piles of white. So I'm going to assume that is chalk mining going on there. So here we have one of the whatever it is. This one not so clear if it's a windmill or dovecote. Because the dovecotes have little spots for the birds to roost. And so here you have two of those holes, but that could also be for steps that went up to the top there. I'm going to guess that these are all windmills. Just my best guess. So this one, obviously a windmill. And you can see the plaster or whatever that is on the outside of the rocks. So it looks like they all had that originally. But by the looks of it, I'm assuming that these super crumbled ones must be an earlier phase than that one, which is in fairly good condition. So, one of the coolest things that I've come across on my Greek island adventures is I was on the island of Tinos and came across an old windmill that wasn't up on a hill like this, but was like down this trail, kind of in a gorge, more hidden. And I went to check the door. It opened, went inside, and it was all set up for somebody to live inside there. I don't think that there was a bathroom, but there was like a bed and a little kitchen area, and it looked like somebody had been there relatively recently. It didn't quite appear that somebody was actually living there at the moment. Yeah, so it's an odd lock. How does that work? How does this door open? There's no... Oh, keyhole there. There we go. But it was just like some sort of a hobbit home or something. Ooh, that one, the door looks open. Let's go investigate. All right, what are we gonna find here? Hello, 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 hey. Speaking of hay, we got hay. Right on. So used as a goat home or whatever. Whoa, this is freaking wild. Seeing the mechanism up close, freaking cool. Right on. What a piece of history here. You got concrete, rusted metal, I guess, you know, 1800s, early 1900s. But then you have this very, you know, rudimentary, just wooden pegs. And then there are some big metal nails and bolts. Kind of makes you wonder if it was originally built using these, and then these were added later for reinforcement as they got that kind of technology, because this is all, you know, in a straight, not straight, but straight curving line all the way around, and then you have these nails and bolts a bit more random. So, I don't know, just a guess. Alright, I am getting hot and ready to jump in the Aegean Sea. So, let's do the drive up there. And look at that. Talk about the old times. Donkey with a big, huge load of grass. So cool. And then there's this area down here that I didn't explore yesterday, which looks like it has some good swimming spots and some cute little bays. So, I guess home's there, but looking all boarded up. So maybe rooms to be rented out, and as you can see, just ultimate water. Cool spots to jump in and investigate. Hope you maybe see a couple of fish. Find some old coins. And so, more of the boat garages. Cute little beach. And so here, one of the whatever it is, are they just basically boat garages? Maybe some of them are, some of them look like a living space. Couple people around, maybe getting things ready for the summer. But if you didn't see the last video, the beach that I'm going to next, Ios Georgios, is really nice. Nicer than this. So it continues along there, more little bays. Good swimming spots. But I am ready to get to that very nice beach and just finally kick back, relax. So let's get over to Ios Georgios.